Patna Express leaves every night, but some passengers never arrive. The Patna Express departed platform number 7 at exactly 11:55 p.m. It was supposed to be an ordinary overnight journey. Sleeper coaches, quiet passengers, a routine route cutting through rivers, forests, and forgotten stations. But those who regularly worked the railway lines believed something else. They said the Patna Express never traveled alone. Rohit boarded the train with a single backpack and a tired mind. He had missed his earlier train, and this was the last option to reach Patna before morning. The platform felt strangely silent for a station this size. Vendors packed up early. The digital clock flickered. A dog howled somewhere near the tracks, then went quiet. As Rohit stepped inside coach S3, he noticed something odd. The coach felt colder than it should have. Not the normal night chill. This was deeper, sharper, like winter trapped inside metal walls. His berth was near the door. Across from him sat a middle-aged railway employee in uniform, staring straight ahead, eyes unblinking. Beside the window, a woman in a green sari sat gripping her purse tightly, as if afraid it might disappear. The train jerked forward. Patna Express was moving. Minutes passed. No announcements. No ticket checks. No sound of conversation. Just a rhythmic clatter of wheels and the faint hum of wind pushing against steel. Rohit tried to scroll his phone. No signal. That's when he noticed the first thing that didn't make sense. The train wasn't stopping. It passed one station. Then another. Platforms flashed by, dark and empty, their names unreadable. He leaned toward the woman in the green sari. "Excuse me, shouldn't we have stopped by now?" She turned slowly. Her face was pale. Too pale. "They don't stop after midnight," she whispered. "Not anymore." Before Rohit could ask what she meant, the lights flickered violently. For a split second, the entire coach went dark. When the lights returned, the railway employee across from him was gone. His seat was empty. No sound. No movement. Just absence. Rohit's heartbeat grew louder in his ears. He stood up and walked toward the washroom, needing water, air, something real. As he passed a connecting door, he saw something reflected in the glass. A woman standing behind him. He spun around. No one. But the reflection remained for a moment longer. Long hair, white sari, eyes dark like deep tunnels. Then vanished. Rohit stumbled back. From somewhere down the coach, a scream echoed. Sharp, sudden, cut off mid-breath. Passengers began to stir. Curtains shifted. Someone cried quietly. A man shouted for the TT. No one came. The train sped faster. Outside the windows, the scenery had changed. No villages, no fields, only water. On both sides of the train stretched a dark, endless river, moonlight shimmering unnaturally across its surface. Rohit pressed his face to glass. "This isn't our route," he whispered. The woman in the green sari was crying now. "They drowned here," she said. "Years ago. A derailment. The Patna Express slipped off the bridge. Hundreds died." Rohit's blood turned cold. "But we're on the bridge right now." She nodded slowly. "This is when it happens." The temperature dropped further. Breath turned visible. Frost crept along the edges of the windows. From the far end of the coach, footsteps approached. Heavy, wet, a conductor appeared. His uniform was soaked. Water dripped from his cap. His face was swollen, skin cracked, eyes clouded white. "Tickets," he croaked. No one moved. He stopped in front of Rohit. "Destination?" the conductor asked. "Patna," Rohit whispered. The conductor smiled. "There is no Patna after midnight." The lights went out again. This time, they didn't come back fully. Only a dim red glow illuminated the coach. Passengers began disappearing, pulled into shadows, dragged beneath seats, vanishing as if the train itself was swallowing them. The woman in the green sari screamed as hands burst from the floor, grabbing her ankles, pulling her down through solid metal as if it were water. Rohit ran. He ran through coach after coach, each one worse than the last. One was filled with people standing motionless, faces frozen in terror, eyes hollow. Another was empty, except for wet footprints leading nowhere. In the final coach, he found the engine cabin. The driver's seat was empty. The controls moved on their own. The train was driving itself. Behind Rohit, the conductor appeared again. "You should not have boarded," he said softly. "This train only carries unfinished journeys." The bridge ended. The train did not stop. It plunged. Rohit felt weightless. The scream tore from his throat as water smashed through windows, rushing in, crushing everything. Just before darkness took him, Rohit opened his eyes. He was lying on the platform. Morning sunlight burned his vision. People stood around him, whispering. The Patna Express stood silent on the tracks. An officer knelt beside him. "You're lucky," he said. "You fell unconscious before boarding. Train left hours ago." Rohit stared. "No, I was inside." The officer shook his head. That train was canceled after midnight. Rohit's phone buzzed. A new photo, taken at 12:07 a.m. A picture of Rohit standing inside Coach S3. Behind him, a woman in a white sari, smiling. And far away, on another track, the Patna Express blew its horn. Long, mournful, hungry.